Hi everyone, Denaya Daily here, and we are getting ready to do another yoga practice. So I hope you're excited and ready to go. For this practice, the plan is to stay pretty much on the ground the whole time. As I'm listening to the responses I'm getting from other videos that I've posted, I am finding out that everyone really likes to be on the ground. So we'll start lying down, we'll do some sitting, but we really won't be standing up much at all, if any. Yeah, so that's the plan. For this practice, you will need a yoga block. If you don't have a block at home, which most of us don't, because why would we? I have been using my water bottle a lot. You can sit on it. Maybe a pillow actually would be better for that. But you can sit on your water bottle. We'll be doing bridges with it. You can put it between your thighs for bridges. So a yoga block or something semi-equivalent. You will also be needing a yoga strap. I actually totally forgot mine at work. I don't have it with me, so I'm using a belt that does not stretch. It's just a regular belt that you wear around your waist. So a yoga strap or something equivalent to that. Great. All right, let's get started. Let's get started lying down on the floor, knees bent, feet on the ground. Let your eyes close and just start to come into your breath. Nice deep inhales and nice full exhales. And as you breathe in, and as you breathe in, think about the back of your neck growing longer. Slight downward nod with your chin. And on the exhale, let your face begin to soften. Feel your forehead as it unfurrows. Your eyebrows as they soften. Feel the warmth of your eyelids as they fall heavily against your eyes. Cheeks relax, melting towards the earth. And jaw fully slackens. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears down to your tail as your heart opens, as it shines. Feel your ribs as they expand side to side with each inhale. And on each exhale, feel them melt again back into the earth below. Belly softly rising and falling with the ebb and flow of your breath. Feel a softness in your hip crease. Every moment holding the full potential for movement. Energy in our knees falls forward towards the ceiling. Energy in our feet roots down, down, down into the floor below. Take a moment to spread your toes wide. Feel the air between them. And lower them back softly to the earth. Take the next few breaths just to scan your body. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere. Notice if that tension is physical, emotional, mental. And when you find tension, let yourself dwell there for a moment. Send your breath into that point of tension. And with each in-breath, see if you can breathe a little bit of space, a little bit of softness into that point of tension. And with each exhale, see if you can let go of it just a little bit. Again, each inhale, moving into it, making a little bit of space, breaking it down a little bit. And each exhale, gently and softly beginning to release. We'll take a few more breaths, just like this. Gently and slowly, beginning to release and soften any tension that we might be holding. Knowing that this is the only place that you need to be right now. And everything else will be there after our practice for you to rejoin, get back into. But right now, see if you can come into this moment. Right here. This is where you are right now. Bring your attention fully in. And again, bringing our attention to our breath. Begin to notice your inhales. Begin to notice your exhales. You don't have to change anything, just to notice. And now let's see if we can let our inhales become a little bit longer. With each breath in, maybe add a count or two to your inhale. Beginning to extend that in-breath. And once your in-breath is as full as it can possibly be, then keep that full in-breath and also begin to bring your attention to the space at the top of that in-breath. There will be a natural retention at the top of that breath, a natural holding in of the breath. And with that huge inhale, just let yourself notice that natural breath retention at the top. And when you are ready, we're going to start lengthening that breath retention as well as the inhale. So keep the inhale huge and full and deep, And then after that inhale, before you exhale, begin to lengthen the time that you hold your breath in. With each breath, let yourself hold and retain that air a little bit longer. And while you're holding your breath in, see if you can remain so calm, so clear, so full of peace. And at this point, our in-breaths are as deep and full as they can possibly be. And we are retaining that breath inside of us for as long as we can, without fainting, obviously. But as long as it can feel good to do so. And with these big, huge inhales and this nice, long retention, we are still keeping a clarity of mind, a peace of mind. A gentle alertness of mind. Jaw is still soft, relaxing through the face. And when you are ready, begin to find an ending, gently returning to a natural, uncontrolled breath. Just take this moment to notice if anything has changed or shifted. As you are ready, softly begin to bring both knees into your chest. And just give them a little sway, a little rock, a little circle. Whatever feels good to you. And as your hips gently begin to wake up, then let's start to pull our legs in towards us, pressing out our breath. And then release the legs softly as we breathe in. Legs hug into us, pressing the breath out. And softly releasing to welcome the breath back in. Let's do this 2 or 3 more times. Finding your way back to neutral. Take both legs and let's twist them over to the left, head to the right, coming into a nice supine twist. With each in-breath, feel your spine get a little bit longer. And with each out-breath, let yourself soften a little bit deeper into the spiral. Now I'm choosing to have my legs, they're kind of like this for me on the ground, but you can definitely stack them on top of one another or straighten out the top leg. Any variation of a supine twist that feels good to you right now, please take the authority over your body to come into your twist of choice. Nice. And we'll take another breath or 2 here, just breathing into the length and the spiral of our spine. Our spine goes all the way from the bottom of our tail up to the space between our ears. We want this entire spinal column to be lengthening and then softening into that space that has been created. On the next inhale, gently bring yourself back to center. And on the exhale, let your legs fall over to the right, head to the left. And again, come into a twist that feels really good for you, taking authority over your own body. And each inhale lengthens your spine, making it a little bit longer. And each exhale softens and deepens. Still feel the entirety of your spine all the way from the base of your tail to the space between your ears. Feel that entire column as it lengthens. And then as it moves into that space that was created on the inhale. Let's take 1 or 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, softly begin to bring your legs back to center. And let's come into happy baby. Knees opening wide, hips open, holding on to the outside of your feet. Or if your feet are too far away, hold on to your inner thighs or your calves. Anywhere that feels good for you is a perfect place to hold. And maybe you find a rock, side to side. Maybe you're still. Maybe you like your knees bent. Maybe you choose to open them out a little bit. Stretching into those inner thighs and hamstrings a little bit more fully. those knees right back into you, hugging into the chest. And let's bring our feet all the way to the floor. Close enough so we can just barely touch our fingertips to our heels. And we're going to turn our feet in just a little bit, like barely at all. Like if you look at me from the front, I'm not doing a full pigeon toe. I'm just doing a little bit inwards, just a tad. And that's going to help us keep our thighs in internal rotation as we come into what we are doing next, which are some shoulder bridges. So, on the inhale, press your heels firmly into the ground. Feel your lower back start to activate as you press your heels. And then on the exhale, just release the heel press. Feel your lower back start to release. Let's do this 2 or 3 more times. Inhale, press the heels. Feel your lower back begin to engage. Just feel it light up a little bit. And exhale, release the heel press. Once more, inhale, press the heels. So my heels are just driving down into the floor. My lower back says, oh, hello, I'm awake a little bit. And then we release our heels. This time we're going to come up to the bridge. First inhale, we'll drive your heels into the floor. And on the exhale, start with your tail. Peel 1 vertebra at a time off of the ground into a bridge. Take an inhale at the top. And then on the exhale, lower 1 vertebra at a time back to the floor. Very articulate tailbone being the very last thing to touch the ground. Take an inhale here, again, drive the heels into the floor. Exhale, 1 vertebra at a time. Slowly rises up into that bridge, inhaling at the top, and exhale, slowly lowering down. Now that we are a little bit warm, grab your yoga block or whatever you have in place of a yoga block, and we're going to place it in between our thighs right here. Again, take an inhale, drive your heels into the floor, squeeze into that yoga block, and on the exhale, tailbone, then lower back, then middle back. Finally, the upper back comes into that bridge. Take an inhale here and exhale again, 1 vertebra at a time, lowering back to the floor. All right, inhale, drive the heels. Arms coming with us this time. Lower tailbone, lower back, middle back, upper back. Finally, we're all the way up in our bridge. Take an inhale here and exhale, rolling again, 1 vertebra at a time back to the earth. Breathing in, driving the heels. Exhale, rolling slowly, vertebra by vertebra, all the way up. Inhaling at the top and exhaling to roll slowly back down. Nice. Another one of these, breathing in at the bottom and then exhale as we move. Feel the articulation of your spine. Now, as you're here, stay at the top for this bridge. Drive your heels again into the floor. And now we're going to actually push the floor away from us, like we're trying to straighten our legs. So here I was before, and now I'm trying to straighten my legs. And I might scooch up towards my head and hands a little bit. I'm activating through the tops of my thighs. My quadriceps are working to try to straighten that knee. Hold here, keep breathing. Take 2 more deep breaths. Keep pushing the floor away from you. Nice. And then as you are ready, we're going to reverse this. We're going to try to bring ourselves in so that we're trying to hug the floor closer towards us. So then here I was in neutral, and now I'm trying to bend my knees more, bring my feet towards my body. I'm not actually moving, my feet and body are stuck to the floor, but I'm now highlighting my hamstrings, getting this underside of my thigh to activate and turn on. So breathe here, keep trying to bend your knees, taking 2 deep, huge breaths. Keep your heels pulling in. Nice, drive your heels into the floor, hips lift straight to the sky. And on the exhale, we lower down one vertebra at a time. Hands coming down with us. Tailbone is the last thing to touch. Take an inhale at the bottom. We're going to flow through this. Inhaling, driving the heels down. Exhale, roll up into the bridge. With your arms. Inhale, press your legs away from you, trying to straighten your knees. And then exhale, try to pull the feet back in towards you. Inhale up to the sky with the pelvis. And exhale, lowering slowly down. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, drive the heels. Exhale, rolling one vertebra at a time up into your bridge. Inhale, trying to straighten those legs. And exhale, pulling them in towards us. Inhale, straight up to the sky. And exhale, lowering back down. Oh, and let's remove this block. Whew. That was nice. And let's hug those knees again. Back into our belly, back into our chest. Give them a nice rock, a little sway, whatever feels good to you. Nice. And then again, let's tickle our ankles for a moment. That feels really good. And then let's let both legs again fall over to the left, head to the right. Take a nice deep twist, a nice inhale to lengthen that spine. And exhale to deepen. Again, coming into any variation of the supine twist that feels really right for you at this moment. And on your next inhale, anchor your tail, find your way back through center. And let's move into the second side of the twist. Breathing in, lengthening that spine. And exhaling to deepen. Again, any variation of a twist that's right for you at this moment. Nice, and let's anchor the tail, find our way back through center. Let's bring our knees into our chest again. Open up into happy baby, holding on to the outsides of the feet or maybe the calves or maybe the inner thighs. Again, wherever is reachable for you. And you can be still or you can rock. I love it. Your legs can be bent or you can decide to straighten them out. I personally love straight legs after bridges. It helps me open up a lot of those muscles that we just worked. So this feels heavenly for me. And just breathe. One more deep, deep, deep breath cycle. And let's bend those knees back into our chest. And then use them to help us rock forward and back, and forward and back. A few nice little spinal rolls. And we'll end up coming all the way up to sitting. Finding a nice tall take a nice deep inhale, arms reaching up overhead. And exhale, hands pressing down that center line to our hearts. Again, inhale, gathering the breath. And exhale. Once more, just like that, inhale tall as you can. And exhale. Right arm rises up, breathing in. Exhale into that side fold. Reaching out even further, inhaling. And one huge circle as we breathe. Coming into that side fold again. Ground into the supporting hand, opening the heart, inhale. And exhale into that side fold. Let it round forward through center, up to sitting. Other arm then rises up, inhale. Exhale into the side fold. Inhale to reach further. One huge, huge circle as you breathe. Meeting again in the side fold. Ground into the supporting arm. Inhale, open. And exhale, side fold again. Let it round forward through center. Up to sitting. Both arms rise up. Inhaling. Lengthen into our forward fold. Breathing out. On the inhale, lengthen your spine. Extend your tailbone back behind you. And exhale, soften a little bit deeper. With each inhale, we get a little bit longer in our spine. And with each exhale, we soften deeper, becoming gentle in our hips, in our neck, in our jaw. On the next exhale, anchor your tail. Lift one vertebra at a time up to sitting. And once you are seated, switch which leg is on top. Nice. From here, both arms reach up again, breathing in. And lengthen into the forward fold, exhale. And just like on the other side, each inhale lengthens our spine, tailbone extends back behind us. And on each exhale, we go a little bit deeper. Feel your spine growing and growing longer and longer, more and more spacious with each inhale. And each exhale allows you to soften more and more fully into this stretch. Think about reaching your belly button forward towards your heels as your tail reaches back behind you. See if you can keep your sit bones grounded here. As you are ready, anchor through the tail, lift through the lower belly as you roll one vertebra at a time up to sitting. Nice. And let's circle our shoulders backwards. And full arm circling all the way out and around. was a mistake. Cut out this part. Okay. Full circles of the arms. Finding that back space just as fully as the front space. So we really get to open through the heart. Nice. And let's do one more of these. And then let's bring our head over to the right. Sit bones are still grounded, spine still long. And then breathe into the side of the neck. As you are ready, let your gaze turn towards your thigh. Hold on to the back of your head as you breathe into the back diagonal of the neck. Sit bones still grounded, spine still tall. And as you are ready, softly release your hand. Let your head gently roll over to the second side. Coming into side stretch on the second side. Ground bones again still rooted, spine still nice and tall. When you are ready, slowly let your gaze turn towards your thigh. Hold on to the back of your head. Nice diagonal. Again, sit bones still rooted, spine still upright. Still breathing consciously. Nice, and as you're ready, slowly release your hand. Find little half circles down into the right and then down into the left. And as you make these half circles with your head, allow yourself to linger in any spot that feels like it needs a little bit more attention. Allow yourself to explore it, to dive into it. Let's take one more. And then bring ourselves center to sitting. Oh. Take the right leg directly out in front of you. And let's just keep the left leg turned out. So we're in Savasana with this left leg just open like it's a cross-legged leg, foot against your inner thigh, and then right leg straight out in front of you, toes flexing out towards the ceiling. Beautiful. From here, make sure that you're sitting tall on your sit bones, and it may be that you want to place a block underneath your butt to sit a little higher. Your choice. Wherever you are, sit firmly on your sit bones on whatever your ground is. Toes flexed up to the sky on this front foot. And let's reach both arms straight up to the sky, breathing in. And on the exhale, lengthen our spine, forward fold over that leg. Nice. Hands are grounded, so whether you're here or whether you're all the way here, let's make sure that our hands are on the ground so that we are closing our chain of action, keeping this pose a little bit safer. And then on the inhale, use your hands on the ground to help lengthen your spine, grow a little longer. And exhale, go a little bit deeper. And I'm going to show you this one for you. Maybe a diagonal. It's a good view. Right on top of myself. And I exhale over that leg. Nice. Continue here, just nice deep big breaths like we've been doing. Inhale to lengthen, make a little bit more space. Exhale, diving a little bit deeper in. Keep these toes flexed up to the ceiling and breathe. And as you are ready, use your hands to gently roll you up to sitting. Beautiful. Sitting tall, take your strap. And we are going to take it around this foot. I actually like taking it around, and then depending on how flimsy my strap is, this one's really kind of flimsy, I'm actually gonna wrap it around so I have a really good grip on my foot. Nice. Keep your left leg in its sort of cross-legged position. Your right leg's going to come all the way up. Nice. Now as I'm here, I'm watching out that I'm not rounding in my spine. I'm actually shoulders up, back, and down. So I'm lifting from my heart. I'm sitting on my sit bones. And my leg can be low, or I can start to walk my hands in on my strap, and I can start to bring it really high up. Still heart lifting, nice tall in the spine. Some of you might choose to actually hold onto the foot to maybe even clasp your hands around that leg. So depending on your flexibility, you go where you need to be, all right? Listen to your body always, 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 always. Shoulders down and back, lift the heart, keep breathing here. One more deep, deep breath. Nice. And from here, however high you are, we're going to actually take ourselves, and right now our spine is long and straight. On the next exhale, we're going to actually round our spine in. So we're trying to reach our knee to our forehead, or our forehead to our knee. We're going to try to curl, contract through the front body, lengthen the back body, bring our forehead towards our knee. Whether it touches or not is irrelevant, but we're going to reach them towards one another. Breathe out. One more breath. On the next inhale, lift your heart, lift your spine. And exhale, lower the leg to the ground, release your strap, arms reach up one more time, inhaling. and lengthen into that forward fold. Last time on this side, exhale, hands to the floor wherever you are. Inhale, traction the spine, make it longer. And exhale over that leg, beautiful. Breathing here. And let's roll up to sitting. Remove that strap. Place it to the side. We'll use it on the other side. Great. And let's take a twist. So we're going to leave our legs exactly where they are. I'm going to twist over my right leg, 2 hands to the floor. Just kind of lean into it there. I'll show you from the front view. So I'm just leaning over this leg, 2 hands to the floor. And I'm leaning in, so I get this nice long spiral through my spine. Both sit bones are still grounded. Very nice. From here, I'm going to sit back up. Keep my bent leg exactly where it is. My straight leg is going to swing back behind me so that I am in an S sit. Front leg bent, back leg bent. Ideally, I'm coming towards a 90 degree on the front leg and a 90 degree on the back leg. But if that's too much for you, definitely feel free to bring this leg in a little bit deeper. So set up your S sit, and then we're going to come right on top of it. So again, I'm not falling off the back or the side of it, but I'm trying to come onto it. So it's almost like I'm coming towards splits. Right on top here, flexing both ankles so that my feet and ankles are alive, bringing liveliness into my lower legs. Both hands on the floor. Inhale, press to puff up your chest. And hang out here for a moment, still helping to center yourself on top of these legs. Think about lifting your chest towards the ceiling, taller and taller with each moment. And maybe even walk your hands back a little, opening the hips, getting into a little bit more of an upper torso lift. Nice. And from here, start to find your way back to center. Love it. And what I'm going to do here is some of us will stay exactly right here, just sitting in our S-sit. Some of us may choose to internally rotate this back leg. So I'm actually turning it towards the ground, and that will shift my facing. And I may hold on to this back foot either with my hand or guess what? Your lovely strap. If you're holding with the strap, what I like to do is actually put it over my shoulder like this, if your strap is long enough, because that allows me to really square over my front leg. So now I'm turning my torso towards my front leg. So my belly button is trying to face towards my knee. And I'm trying to push this hip, my right hip, down towards the floor. Nice. So again, either holding onto a strap, or you can definitely do this with your hand. If you want even tighter, you can get into your elbow. If you want even tighter, you can hold onto your hand. Move my strap to your elbow. There we go. Or you can even wrap a hand overhead and come into a little circling of the head, breathing. Nice. Wherever you are, let's take another breath cycle. And then slowly release. Beautiful. And we're going to come back into this S-sit right here. And I'm going to just come over the center of my sit bones take a moment just to windshield wipe my legs right and left. Move any props out of the way. Nice. Let me face front as I'm doing this. So as I'm doing this, just sort of this windshield wipe with the legs, I'm going to give my legs a little swing, forward and around, just to loosen up my hips again. Forward step, and a back step, and a forward step, and a back step. Letting my legs stay grounded. You might take up your yoga mat with it, that's fine. Feeling the sweep of your leg across the floor, letting the hips release. Drawing circles on the floor. Nice. And when you bring that left leg around, that will be the last one. Nice. Meaning back here, let's switch into Janusirsasan on the second side. So now our left leg is out in front of us and our right leg is hugged in towards us. Beautiful. Let's reach up, breathing in. And on the exhale, lengthen over into that forward fold. Scoot back a little bit. Inhale, breathing in. And exhale, lengthen on over into that forward fold. Nice. Use your hands on the floor to help lengthen and bring traction into your spine as you breathe in. And on the exhale, a little bit deeper. Each breath lengthens you and then softens you. Nice. Keep breathing. On the next breath in, anchor the tail, lift the lower belly, rolling up to sitting. Nice. And then I'll come on a diagonal for this next part just so you can see a little better again. And I'm going to take my strap, wrap it around my foot so I have a nice good hold. And I'll bring my leg in. Nice tall spine. Set yourself up for success from the beginning. Sit bones anchored, shoulders down and back, heart reaching up, spine engaged. And then when you are ready, start to extend your leg. And again, it can be really low, that's perfectly great. It can also be really high, that's also perfectly great. Wherever you are, make sure that you're safe and that you are honoring your own body. Spine is tall, keep your spine full of integrity. Breathe here. Heart keeps lifting, shoulders keep dropping down. Lower back alive, active. Maybe you want to clasp your hands around that leg to bring it a little bit deeper. Listen to your body. One more deep, deep breath. From here, we're going to inhale, lengthen our spine. And then on the exhale, here comes our forehead to knee, rounding the spine, contracting through the upper body. Rounding our spine, contracting through the front body. Nice. Keep breathing here. So there's a hollowing out sensation through the belly and through the chest, and there's an elongating sensation through the back body, the lower, middle, and upper back bodies, all the way up, all the way down from the tail up to the back of the neck. And again, it doesn't matter if you're actually touching your forehead to knee, but we want these sensations to be here, the hollowing of the front body, the lengthening of the back body. Let's take 2 more breaths here. So coming back up, lengthening the spine. Let's slowly bring that leg to the floor. Removing the strap. Back into Janusirasana, inside of that bent knee foot on the inner thigh. Toes flexing up to the ceiling, arms reach up, breathing in. Lengthening into that forward fold, exhaling. Hands grounded, yes. Reach that tailbone back behind you as you inhale, find traction, length through the spine. Then exhale to deepen. Each inhale lengthens you more and more and more and more. And each exhale allows you to go deeper and deeper, softening in the hamstring, back of that thigh, softening in the hips. Letting this pose be dynamic, meaning that there's movement to it. We're not just somewhere and stuck there. We're actually letting this pose breathe. We're letting it evolve and develop. Nice. On the next exhale, anchor your tail. 1 vertebra rolls up at a time. Let's take this front leg, swing it around behind us as we come and adjust into the S-sit in our second side. And again, ideally an S-sit is a 90-degree angle in both knees, but it's not required. You can bend your knees more if that feels better to you. So always listen in, tune in, and do what's right for you. Beautiful. From here, we're going to make sure we're not falling off the side of the pose. We're going to come directly on top of it. For me, that means I need to shift my knee a little bit behind me. I'm going to use my hands to help. Right? A lot of us might be way up here in the middle, and that's perfectly okay. You can prop a block underneath you, that front hip like this. Sorry, I didn't show you this on the other side. This is a beautiful way to prop this pose to get yourself directly on top of it. You could also just float in space and use your hands and your inner thigh strength to help keep you up. That's a beautiful thing to do as well. Wherever you are, press your hands into the floor, puff up your chest, breathe here. Maybe even take your hands slightly behind you. Puff up even more. Think about lifting your heart straight up to the sky. Nice. One more deep, deep breath. All right. Coming back, center. From here, we're going to walk this knee back, internally rotate the leg. And this is a choice. If you want to stay in the S-sit, please do. But if you'd like to go a little bit deeper into the stretch of the quadricep right here, then we're going to internally rotate that thigh, let the knee bend up, catch it either with our hand or with our strap. And the strap. If you are using the strap, let it go over your shoulder here. Hopefully you have long enough straps. Nice. And if you're not using a strap, then obviously just hands. Beautiful. I almost feel like my arm is longer than my strap. From here, if you'd like to go a little bit deeper, if you're holding onto it, you can bend your elbow. So you can bend your elbow around your knee, hold onto it here. Or again, if you'd like to go even deeper, you can clasp your hands like that, and then open them up, lifting your heart, gazing skyward, coming into this sort of circling of the head. And again, breathe here. Trying to stay centered over the pose, so again, not falling off the side of it, but really on top of it. Okay, so let's take one more breath wherever we are. And as you are ready, softly let yourself release back to the floor. Bend that knee. Ooh, come through center. And let's just windshield wipe our knees again, back and forth. Move my props out of the way. Starting to release the spine, release the back. So we're not hunching in our bodies. Yes, we're still open in our chest, alive, active. And then let's get into the swinging of the legs, the front step and the back step. Releasing the hips. Tracing circles on the floor. Let's do one more on each side. Beautiful. And let's take our legs nice and wide out in front of us. Flex our toes up to the sky. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in here, reaching up. Block that. If you need a block under your sit bone to sit here, that's perfectly fine. You can also bend your knees as much as you want, or you can bring your legs a little bit more narrow if this is too much, okay? But legs as wide as you are comfortable, sitting up on your sit bones, toes flexed up to the sky. And then from wherever you are, we will reach up, breathing in. Nice. On the exhale, lengthen into a forward fold. Now, some of us, our forward fold is right here. That is perfectly wonderful. Let it be here. Let it be really nice with a long spine, yeah? Pelvis rotating forward, so our tailbone is beginning to extend back behind us. Come just as far as you like. This is one of my favorite stretches. I like to go really deep. And just breathe again. Each inhale lengthens you, and each exhale deepens you. Yum. Breathe into those inner thighs, opening up in the hips. Each breath is dynamic. inviting you deeper and deeper into this stretch. Nice, 2 more deep breath cycles here. And as you are ready, slowly anchor the tail, lift the belly, rolling up to sitting. Whew. Taking a moment to wiggle out that spine, however feels good to you. Needed a little twist there. And let's soften those legs, maybe walk them a little bit inwards. Maybe use your hands to help you. And let's just twist that right leg over the left leg as much as we can grapevine it around. And then we'll use that left leg just to pull it over to the right. So we're getting into the outer thighs, a little opening here, a little closing of the inner thigh. Also a little spinal twist, which feels really nice. Another breath here. And then we'll come center and into the other side, twisting that left leg over the right. Again, just breathe here. Good morning. You okay? Yeah. We have a guest just waking up from his nap. Oh, I know. Stretching. All right. Slowly unwind. Nice. Take the next few moments to do any final movements that you need to be complete and balanced in your practice. And then when you do feel complete and balanced in your practice, we're going to all come into Savasana. Perfect timing, my love. So, for Savasana, let's lay down on our back. Bring the eye all the way down. And let yourself just release and relax. Let yourself melt into the floor below. With each exhale, let yourself sink a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper into relaxation. Let yourself sink further and further and further into that deep, relaxing exhale. Feel the ground, the earth, coming up to hold and support you. slowly bring your attention back into the space. Take a nice deep inhale in through your nose. And a full exhale out. Again, inhaling and exhaling. With each inhale, begin to feel yourself become a little bit more and a little bit more alive. Maybe bringing in movement, stretching through your hands, your feet, your arms, your legs, your hips, your spine, your elbows, your shoulders. Finding that huge yawning stretch. And as you are ready, roll onto your right side. And take a breath here. And as you are ready, roll over onto your right side. Just take a breath here. Use this opportunity to set an intention for yourself. Let this intention be something that you'd like to take off of your mat and weave into the fabric of your life. Let it feel good. Let it feel purposeful. See your intention clearly. And then place it into the back space of your heart to carry with you. When you are ready, softly, mindfully, begin to transition up to sitting. Arms reach up as we breathe in together. And exhale, pressing into the light of our hearts. Again, inhaling, gathering the breath. And exhale. Once more, inhaling tall as we can, all together. And exhale. Bringing the sound of our practice into our voices. The sound of slowing down. The sound of Om. Hands to our forehead as a reminder of kind thought. To our lips as a reminder of kind speech. To our hearts, as a reminder of kind intention. Namaste. And to the ground we practice on. Thank you. Thank you so much for this practice today. I sincerely hope that you feel really good. I know that life is a little bit wonky right now, but hopefully doing some of these practices can feel a little bit normalizing. I love you to pieces, and I will see you next class. Bye.